Hey John, my name is Marquis and I am the owner of Nomatic Marketing. And in this video, I'm actually going to show you 3 things that you can do today to help bring in more clients to your law firm. Now, most likely, you're just sitting there asking yourself, why would I even be doing this in the first place? Or better yet, what's in it for me? And honestly, both of those are very good questions. Oftentimes in the world of the internet, most local business owners are just kind of, too busy actually running their business in order to really know how the internet can benefit them and their company. And sometimes the only hesitation that they have to working with someone is they just don't know, who's an expert and who isn't, or who's going to end up actually helping them, or end up taking their money and run. I found by giving people a free attack plan of things that they can actually do to help their business, it's kind of just resulted in business owners just raising their hand and saying like, hey, Marquis, can you just do this for me? So if by the end of the video you feel like what I'm presenting to you today is actually helpful, it can help you get more clients, shoot me a message and we can chat. Or you can actually take any of the information that I'm giving you today and you can kind of just use it on your own, and that's all right too. All right, so now let me show you 3 things that will set your company apart from your competition and not waste any more of your time. So the 3 things that we're going to go over today are going to be citations, content, and backlinks. Not exactly in that order either. So the first thing we're going to talk about is going to be content, actually. So think of content as any of the words, phrases, pictures that show up on your page. So any of this stuff here is content. All of this stuff, that's content. It looks like your picture didn't load here. At least it didn't load for me. So that's something that you guys should maybe think about checking out. But all of this information that shows up on your page is content. So in order to be fully optimized in Google's eyes, you need to have at least 1,500 words on that front page of yours. So what I did was I actually took your website and I threw it into one of the tools that we utilize here. This is SEO Quake. So this is a free extension that you can actually run on your Chrome or Safari. Anybody can use it. I mainly use it just to tell me how many words are on the page. So you can see here the total amount of words that you guys have are a little bit under 3,500 words. This is a great place to be. You guys have done a wonderful job when it comes to just loading that page with keywords, or hopefully at least loading it with keywords, but at least just having words on the page to be fully optimized. So this is an area that I would say not to change. Continue to keep it above 1,500 and keep doing the work that you're doing, especially in this area. The second thing that I'm going to want to talk about, citations. So think of citations as anywhere your name, address, or phone number shows up. So in order to kind of take a look at this, what I did was I threw in a keyword search for personal injury attorney in Atlanta, Georgia. So you can see here, there are a couple things that show up almost every time that you do a keyword search. The first thing are these ads. So the ads are basically ads that are run across the Google search network. They are pay-per-click ads. So that means that a person only pays for the ads when someone actually clicks on them. So this can go one of 2 ways. Either it can make a lot of money for a business, especially when you're working with someone that really understands Google Ads. Google Ads is kind of how I started. I've been doing it for over 10 years, I would say, so I understand it pretty well. Or it can actually go in the opposite direction, in which case you end up wasting a lot of money. And specifically for lawyers and attorneys, you guys tend to have the highest cost per click when it comes to different keywords. So it can range from, I don't know, $60, $70 per click to $200, $300 per click, specifically for attorneys and lawyers. It's actually insane. But the part that I actually want to show you guys is this section right here. So this is the Google Map Pack, or Maps for short. So this is the area where a business can find their name, address, and phone number, or like if a customer is trying to look up a specific, let's say, law firm in the area, they can find the information right here. So this is a great place to be able to show up. I tend to have business owners, just kind of come to me and say like, hey, Marquis, how can I show up in this map pack section, meaning how can they show up in the top 3? There are a couple things that you can do to kind of like give you that boost and move you up into this area. One is, let's say, optimizing your description, what talks about your actual business. Another could be optimizing your photos that you have for your business. The third thing, and probably one of the biggest influential markers for a business to show up here, is the citations. So as I said before, your citations are anywhere on the internet that have your name, address, and phone number exactly the same. Basically, it tells Google that you are a reputable business because all of these different sites and all of these different directories have your information exactly the same. So in order to kind of like look this up, what I did was I threw your information into one of the other tools that we utilize here. So this is whitespark.ca. Essentially, it's a local citation finder. It can show me the citations that a business has across the internet and how many of them there are. So if you take a look here, this is your guys' business, John. So you can see that you guys have about 22 citations across the internet, which is great. I've worked with companies that have had 0, especially startups. They haven't taken the time to do any citations, and some that have only 8. But having 22 is a great place to start. If you were to compare yourself to one of your competitors that show up in that kind of like map pack section, they have 43 citations. So they have about double the amount of citations that you have. What I tend to recommend for businesses is to have anywhere from 200 to 300 citations. Why? It just totally blows everybody else out the water. Most companies have, and from what I've seen, anywhere between like 25 to about 45 citations. And that's usually where they stop. They don't usually take the time to really just boost it out and get as many citations as possible. This can sometimes be a time suck because you need to find the right places and you need to put your right information in. Having a tool like this is actually pretty useful because I can just click on this right here and just click on your competitor's information, and I can see what citations they're running, which is great because then it means that I can actually put information in for the companies that I work with for these exact same citations. So we can get their citations and more, which is a great place and a great thing to be able to do. The third thing that I want to talk about is going to be backlinks. So think of backlinks as how a website has authority on the web. So simply put, if you were to take site A, for example, and site A is pointing at site B, therefore, site A is acting as a backlink that gives site B more authority on the web. So think of Google as like a big popularity contest. So the more sites that are pointing at you, the more popular you are in Google's eyes, which means that the more reputable you are, which gives you more authority. So what I did, once again, took that information of yours, threw it into one of the other tools we utilize here. This is Ahrefs. So this, I believe it costs anywhere from like $70 to $100 a month. This is probably one of the more useful tools most useful tools that we use here because it gives a lot of information about a person's website. So as you can see here, just throw in your information in here. Looks like you guys have about 4,100 backlinks across 330 referencing domains. Basically, it means that there are 330 websites that these backlinks are coming from that are giving you guys authority on the web. This is fantastic, man. This is a great place to be because I know websites that have 0 backlinks, This is a good place to start in order to have that kind of organic reach. Keep in mind that not just any backlinks work though. So they do need to be relevant to the type of business or industry that you're in. It's a difference between having like a backlink from Pizza Hut or like a backlink from, I don't know, like lawyers.org. One of them is actually relevant to your business. One of them, you might get 20% off on pizzas. If you were to compare yourself to one of your competitors, as you can see here, it is interesting to see. So this competitor of yours, they're actually located on the first page for personal injury attorney in Atlanta. So you can see here they have 27.2 thousand backlinks across 431 referencing domains. So they only have a couple more domains than you, but they have a ton more backlinks. But as I said before, not just any backlinks work though. They do need to be relevant. And how you can check the relevance is through this number here. So this is a domain rating score. So this is a rating that you get for your website based on the amount of backlinks that you have. So you can see their domain rating score is 30. But if you were to take a look at your domain rating score, you guys are 29. So when compared, how come you guys aren't showing up on the first page, but they are? Well, one is probably a little bit of the amount of backlinks that they have, that adds to it a little bit. But then if you were to take a look down here, you can see that you guys just started getting some organic traffic, and it looks like it started from when you ran that paid traffic ad back in January of, it looks like the January 25th of 2022, and then you kind of stopped after that. If you were to compare it to your competitors, you can see that they have a constant stream of organic traffic, even from the referencing domains, and they're just going up and up. So, and they're not even running any paid traffic. Unlike you guys, you're not getting that organic traffic that you should be. All right, so it's just something to be mindful of. And just by having this information, it can give you the kind of confidence and the leg up that you need in order to know where to go. So just to kind of like go over what we covered today, one is going to be citations. So citations being those words, phrases on your page, need to have at least 1,500 words. You guys blew that out the water. You have more than double the amount of words. So definitely keep doing what you're doing. Citations, you're going to want to have anywhere between 200 and 300 of these just to kind of like beat out your competition. And then the last thing is backlinks. So you guys do have a lot of backlinks, but you're going to need more, and they're going to need to make sure that they are relevant. What I would also recommend for you guys is to actually do a little bit of research on running ads. From the companies that work with us, more specifically personal injury attorneys, what we've seen is that Facebook ads work amazing. All the personal injury attorneys that work with us, they are getting amazing results through Facebook ads. So it's just something to think about and potentially look into for you guys as well. So I guess I bet you're wondering, what now? Well, you can either go and take the information that I'm presented to you today and kind of just use it on your own, and implement the strategies, and you would be number one across Google literally before you knew it. Or if you want to take the most efficient route and actually save yourself some time, you can actually give me a call at 970-829-1342. Once again, my name is Marquis, and I'm with Nomatic Marketing, and my number is 970-329 829-1342. I look forward to hearing from you, and I hope you have a good one, John.